The following is an actual play of Pandemic Legacy. Pandemic Legacy is a storyline-driven board game, and we will be exposing certain storyline elements through this play. If you don't want to be spoiled, turn back now. Hello everybody and welcome to Rage Quit Radio. I'm Mike. We've got Dave the Head, we've got William, we've got Grilled Cheesus, aka Justin over here. We are about to play our May game of Pandemic Legacy, hopefully our only May game of Pandemic Legacy, unless it goes like April. A couple of things.
Daddy, why are the scientists weeping?
A couple of things before we go too much further. Number one, our apologies. You may have noticed that the February and March games are not on our channel. That is because we were experimenting with video. It got real sideways. The audio is a pain in the ass to edit, and the sound quality really wasn't that good. So Dave here has volunteered to try to salvage something out of it, and so we may get part of it up eventually. Long story short of that is we won February in one go, we won March in one go. We got to April. You've seen the first game of April. That wasn't a pleasant experience. The camera crapped out.
Straight up raping. My ass hurts.
The camera crapped out during the second game of April, and and that's just as well because the second game in April ended worse than the first one did.
One of those moments.
Please.
So also you may have noticed so far that normally our Wondering Wave Man has his special report. Well, I have been asked to relay this press release from the Ronin News Network. The Wondering Wave Man is currently in Atlanta, Georgia. He is trying to get comments from the CDC as to steps that are being taken by the Electric City Saviors in order to combat the viruses, and specifically the faded. Unfortunately, the CDC is under attack. We wish Joe the very best and hope that he gets away from the zombies in one piece.
Can you just imagine Joe down there? Sir, can I have a minute? Just kidding. Next guy.
Yes.
And then running.
So,
Running very
it is May. Now, the board is already set up to give you an idea of what is going on in May. As of this moment, City Zero is San Francisco, California. Los Angeles, Chicago, Montreal, London, Madrid, Paris, Milan, St. Petersburg.
Algiers.
Well, we'll get there in a second. All of those, which are normally blue cities,
And Atlanta.
are all faded. They are not blue cities anymore. They're zombie central. But this crap has started to expand. It is now also in Algiers, which is typically black. It is now in Mexico City, which is typically yellow.
Are you sure LA's not yellow?
Oh, yeah, LA's yellow too, so my bad. But it's expanding out beyond the normal yellow borders.
Yeah.
Or normal blue borders, so yeah, getting rough.
Fuck.
We now have a starting research facility in Baghdad. We are relocating to Iraq. That's how bad things have gotten.
Because even the faded don't want to go to the desert.
Yeah, well, there you go. Exactly. It's hot, it's dry, and there's nothing but sand any damn where. But anyway.
Because the Americans haven't been over there enough already.
Yeah. We also have, on that note, we also have a military base in Baghdad, as well as in Bogota. So we are trying to get some facilities spread about here. We have not selected our roles yet. We have not set anything up beyond this. It is time. This says here, draw this card before you set up your first game in May. So here is our May mission briefing. The situation has intensified. The faded are spreading faster than we calculated. No shit.
Well, I calculated, but no one would listen. No, I'm just kidding.
We need to control... hold on. Countries are hesitant to turn troops on their loved ones. We need to control their spread or the world will go into darkness. Don't let the other diseases grow unchecked or we'll have an end-world situation on our hands. Also, as you are our most knowledgeable team, the world is doomed. We need you to complete 3 objectives this month, and they give us a list of 7 new things we're supposed to open up. So, with that in mind...
We don't want to shoot our loved ones. Luckily, I know a guy with a truck and another dude with a rifle. We got this.
So
we're from the South.
So while Dave gets in his truck and Will finds his gun, we'll be right back after this. Okay, everybody. So we have done our setup. We have opened many boxes. Basically, here's what we have got now at this point in time. Number 1, we may build roadblocks now. The roadblocks will prevent disease or the faded from crossing them. We build them on routes between cities. The way that works is you place a roadblock marker on any or all routes as one action from the city you are currently in. It will prevent the faded from going in, or from escaping. It will prevent the disease from spreading. The downside to a roadblock is, there
must be a military base.
There has to be a military base in the same region. And for you to cross a roadblock, you have to discard a card of the appropriate color for the city you are going to. So there is that. Second...
And if, for example, with our example here of Madrid, if Madrid did explode or have an outbreak, the outbreak token would not go up, but the city would still start collapsing.
Yeah, it would still get a panic level. We only have so many roadblock tokens.
18.
We have 18 of them, so presumably after 18 they're done. Second, Coda mutated again. It is now Coda Delta, which basically means now our player deck will start infecting blue cities. So if the city comes up, we draw a card, and it is blue, we put a faded figure in that city. It will not cause an outbreak. If it would be the fourth one for the city, we just leave it to hell alone. But it will also cause a city to become faded if it hasn't already. So that means Essen, New York, Washington, probably going to get faded sooner rather than later. Also... we have a new objective. We have to complete 3 this month. Discover the cures of 3 regular diseases remains constant. That's the 1 mandatory. But now we may do any 2 of the following 3. Eradicate at least 1 disease. Have a military base in each of the 6 major regions of the world. We have 2 out already from the start. Quarantine 7 faded cities. And those quarantines have to be in place when the game ends. So that has to be the last objective we achieve out of the 3. Let's see here. New character. We got the Colonel, who is Hannibal, because I love it when a plan comes together. The Colonel, I went ahead and established a relationship that I am rivals with Jennifer the Scientist, which David is playing. That means when either one of us discards a card, the other player may immediately discard 2 cards to take it out of the discard pile. The Colonel... as an action, I can remove a faded figure from the city I'm in if there's a military base in my region, which means for me to be effective over here, we got to build a couple of bases real quick. That's where this guy over here comes in. I can drive and ferry across roadblocks without spending cards, and it takes me 2 additional cards to discover a cure. So I would actually have to have 7 of the same color. Loosely translated, I will not be discovering shit. So I think that covers everything new.
I believe so.
So
we've decided to start in Baghdad.
Yep, we are starting in Baghdad. We have truly abandoned Atlanta, Georgia. We heard that there was, some bullshit teeny bopper concert in town, and we decided to leave.
There's another beat.
So, yeah, probably a believer. So
people try to fade me.
Yeah. So Dave is going to be our start player. Dave has the Scientist.
I do, and I also have Tehran and Shana.
That means Will's going to be second player. Will is in his familiar role
as researcher Mika, and I have Hong Kong and text message, and Karachi, which also has a grassroots program.
That's what happens when the scientist and the researcher are at the same power building team membership thing, sending texts across the room.
Nice.
I am the operations expert,
Ernie.
Yep.
And I have Lima and Sydney.
And then I, of course, am the Colonel, and I have Santiago and Johannesburg, which I will probably try to find a way to get to other people sooner or later.
Yes.
For the record, 2 of us, that being myself as the Colonel and Ernie as the operations expert, we both have the military icon on our cards, which means we can actually jump from military base to military base as if they're research stations. The scientist and the researcher cannot do that, but their own nifty trick is that they are co-workers, which means the researcher can feed the scientist any card, anytime, from anywhere on the map, as long as they can spend an action to do it. The scientist can do the same in reverse, but only if one of them is in the appropriate city. So,
Fantastic.
Dave is up first.
Dave is checking something out real quick.
Okay, so Dave is checking something out real quick.
Taking a quick check,
I was trying to remind myself how to build a structure.
You discard a card
I
for the
have
city
to
you're in.
discard the city I'm in.
Don't worry, I got you, bro.
Which means I will not be building anything. Well, the thing is that I have four actions and very limited things to do. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remove the 2 from Baghdad.
Sure, so that's 2.
I'm going to leave it there for a moment until we agree.
Oh, okay, sure.
My third action, I'm going to shuttle to Atlanta. My fourth action is move to Miami. The reason being is, one, I don't want to start my turn in a city that could become faded. And then that way I'll be on this side of the world ready to do crap. And I'm not in the way over here. What do you think?
I'm fine with that for now.
The other option is I start driving through Asia very, very slowly. Doing nothing. At least over there, I'm centralized to be able to do something. Our pilot here has Hong Kong and can get to Hong Kong and deal with Hong Kong super fast.
Oh yeah, for the record, by the way,
which was what I was going to do anyway.
just so everyone knows exactly how fucked we are as this game starts, you see very few disease cubes on the table. That's because we had 2 that would start in Baghdad, 3 that will start in Moscow. That's black. The only yellow cube on the table is Lagos. We have 2 in Hong Kong, 1 in Osaka, 1 in Tokyo. We have 3 faded in London, 3 faded in Milan, and 2 faded in Algiers.
Which would have been a black cubes, but are instead a faded city.
Yep.
So if we're done with that, that's my turn.
All right.
I know you draw 2 at the same time.
Yep. What did we get?
I got Shanghai,
Nice.
and I got the first epidemic.
Right the fuck off the bat.
All right. There you are, good sir.
So the first city is Bogota. We add 3 cubes to Bogota.
All right. So 3 to Bogota.
That damn yellow disease.
Just out of curiosity, what does your grassroots do, buddy?
Things and
I
stuff.
discard up to 3 city cards, and I remove 1 cube matching the color of each card.
Gotcha.
So if I
Had more cards.
So you could ditch that one and the red one to get rid of 1.
1 in each.
All right. We are here.
You ready?
No.
Number 1, Lagos. Gets 1.
Okay. So 1 to Lagos, and the second one.
Number 2, Baghdad. Gets 1.
All right.
Oh. Bogota is
Yeah,
in
my turn.
trouble.
So it is now my turn, right?
Yes, it is, but Bogota, Moscow, London,
Milan.
you know what I'm saying? All of those are going to come up in a minute. Don't forget that we can still do quarantines.
We'll see in our second game for May here in about 20 minutes.
I'm just saying, we can do quarantines as an action still, even though we don't have the quarantine expert.
Yeah, that's we can't throw one out anywhere on the board on
Yeah,
their turn,
you just
but
have
we
to
can
do it-
each still do the action manually, as it were.
In the city we're in, right?
Correct.
And if you start a turn with a faded, you get a scar.
Yes.
Except for you.
I thought it was start a game.
No, if you
Start
start
a
a turn,
turn.
if you start your turn in a city where there are faded, you gain a scar, and yes, that includes him.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought
No,
It's
that only
that only
affects-
protects him from
my
outbreaks.
mistake.
Dang.
We were messed up because at the second
Yeah,
game
it's
of
we
April,
started in freaking Atlanta, and there was shit there.
Alright, well.
That's
See, it
fine.
being my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Can I do what I want to do within 4 actions?
What do you want to do?
Cure, fly, cure.
Yeah, that's 4 things.
Yep, I'll do that.
So,
I'll
cure.
spend an action, cure that. I will fly to Hong Kong, and I'll cure both of those, and that will be the end of my turn.
Here are your 2 cards.
Swear to
Epidemic.
God, if one of these is an epidemic, I'm calling
It shouldn't
them all.
be.
It shouldn't be. It can't be.
Are either of them blue?
Yes.
New York.
New York is now faded.
You've also pulled both our funded events.
Yeah, I also pulled both of the
What's that experimental?
the unfitted events, which is remove 1 disease cube anywhere on the board.
When can it be played?
Anytime.
Anytime, not in action. So can I go ahead and play that now?
Can he play it while these are being pulled?
Anytime, not in action. So I would assume yes.
I see. I don't know if you can do that. Like, for example, if we pull,
Like it, interrupting. Yeah, you may be right. Well, but now here's the thing: we haven't got to that part yet.
So you can just.
so you can do it before that.
Yeah, we
I'm
haven't
saying,
pulled
can
it.
you do it while during?
No.
that? Okay.
So
It wouldn't
I'll do that now.
Which one do you want to?
1 cube from
Okay.
Yeah, because
I think that's a good idea,
That's
too.
the one that's in the worst shape.
All right.
So
What was your second card?
My second card was Cairo.
Cairo.
So I now have 2 black.
London just outbroke.
Okay, so that's 1 in Essen.
And Essen becomes faded.
Yep.
Yep. 1 to Essen, 1 to Paris. 1 to Madrid,
And 1 to New York.
1 to New York. London fades, if you'll move the outbreak.
You mean Essen?
Yeah, Essen fades, and then London gets a panic token.
That's right.
So London will now be unstable. I will probably best for me just to keep this thing nearby.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and get your second one while you're doing
Yeah.
that, and that's Moscow, which also explodes.
Fantastic.
So there's
So
a...
how are we
I love
killing
this
the
game.
world?
We just started.
We just started, and it sucks.
So Moscow's going to need a 1.
Lots of zombies.
The outbreak needs to
Ooh,
move
fun.
to 2.
Are you recording?
Yes, we are recording.
Sorry.
It's okay.
You're good.
We have the zombie
Civilians
cheerleader.
happen.
We have the cheerleader for the zombies. So Moscow, you've already resolved Moscow?
Yes, I did. You just need a sticker.
All right. Okay.
We're starting off the right way this time.
Yeah.
It's
What,
awesome.
hurting?
So
Told you that box is
Eating
getting open
directly.
today.
yeah, for the record, we usually play 2 games a night. We might get 3 in today. We have lost 2 in a row, which means we're 2 games away from opening box 8. So, all right. So, your turn, sir.
I was thinking about building a roadblock between Milan and Istanbul.
Green Tupperware.
Would
Well,
you
may
like
I make a request?
Food.
I don't
Food.
care
Green
where
Tupperware.
in Europe, but I need a military base in Europe. I genuinely do not care where.
in Europe?
Yeah, so like Istanbul, Moscow. We don't have to keep it, but I need it somewhere in here.
What kind of base did you say?
Military.
Military.
May I make a suggestion then?
What's up?
Go to Moscow, build a military base. It's going to be 1, 2, buildable 3. You roadblock Moscow for 4.
Mhm.
That way, if something happens, Moscow gets back up there. Moscow will collapse, but never outbreak, as long as we keep those roadblocks.
That's true, and it would only cost us 3 of our roadblock tokens.
This is true. And well,
It'll also keep the faded out of there.
It'll also keep the faded out of there.
okay.
And then on your next turn, you can leave the military base for another military base wherever you want to be.
Yeah. What if
Now, because he hasn't played the Ops Expert, as
Sure.
an action, you can build a structure anywhere. You don't need a card for it. Doesn't matter what kind. Either.
Right.
Once per turn as an action, you may move from any city containing a structure to any other city by discarding any city card you want to.
Right.
Also, you have to end your turn with an odd number of cards in your hand. So you're
End
going to
your turn.
end your turn. So you're going to wind up having to get rid of a card anyway.
well, all right. So
With that in mind, would it not behoove him to just fly to Moscow?
He can't
can't.
fly to Moscow. He has Lima and Sydney.
No, he's the Ops Expert. He's in a city with a structure. He discards a city card and moves to any other city he
Another.
wants.
I thought he moves to another structure.
it's once
Oh, well, once per turn, as an action, move from any city containing a structure to any city. Period.
Oh,
By discarding a city card.
well, I mean, that's up to him. By that argument, he could, 1, fly to London, 2, build a building, 3, throw roadblocks, 4, fly. What's it, once per turn he can fly?
But he has to be in a city with a
Yeah, once
structure
per
to
turn.
do it.
Well, he'd build the structure.
Yeah.
And maybe that's not the good idea, but what I'm
Yeah,
getting
because
at
there's
is
zombies everywhere.
true. You can't get out safe.
No.
And it's up to you.
I have a question though. Like St. Petersburg got a black token. Is
Yeah.
that supposed to be a faded token since it's a faded city?
No,
No.
because the black disease came up here.
Yeah, it came from Moscow.
Okay.
Now, should St. Petersburg erupt with the faded, Moscow would become faded.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Plus, still have all the black tokens.
Yeah.
That sounds.
That's why I'm
fun.
saying go to Moscow, do the thing. If he flies over there, he saves one
You
action.
save in one action.
He can start curing some of it, maybe. I would hold on to the cards.
Well, I don't really. I mean, I have to get rid of a card either way.
Well, you don't know what the 2 cards you're going to get are.
That's fair. Okay.
You might want those. You might draw a blue card and go, well, I don't need this bad bitch.
Yeah. But as soon as it gets drawn either way, it still fades.
Sure, but
Sure,
that's
but you
a
don't need
different
the
rule.
card.
Okay.
That's what he's saying. So what do you want to do?
The only way it's going to get faded is if it's Washington. So
Well, the other thing you could do for your... But the other thing you could do
But
with
any
the
of the rest
point
of
you're
the staying
flying,
game will still gain
fly,
tokens.
build, roadblock,
no.
quarantine.
Yeah. Can definitely do that. Either way, I wanted to get some roadblocks up. That's the biggest thing.
You could roadblock now.
I'm actually going.
He could
to,
quarantine any of these cities en route.
True. Well, if he walks.
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
I walk.
1, 2, 3, 4. No.
1, 2,
1,
3.
2.
Build
3 is built.
4. Okay, no, you would actually have to walk. It would cost all your actions. to do
I'll
it.
get rid of Sydney,
Okay.
and I'm going to fly to Moscow.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 1.
Once I'm in Moscow, I'm going to go ahead and build a military base there.
That's
Okay.
2.
All right, and then I will go for the third. I will roadblock. Now, like, can I build as many roadblocks,
You can build
or is it as many turns? Like I have.
No,
You
no.
can put it-
One action. How many roadblocks do you want?
You can build up to 3 because there's 3 roads in and out.
You don't,
I don't see a
have
problem
to.
with putting 3 down.
Okay.
But,
I don't either.
Neither do I.
okay, and then for the fourth, I'll drop a quarantine on Moscow.
You got it.
Okay.
Here are your 2 cards.
Dun, 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 dun. London,
London
which
gets
is
a.
blue,
No, he doesn't
No,
get
it
a
does
dude.
not get a blue because it will not force an outbreak.
and Tokyo, which is red.
All right.
Okay, so that makes it my turn.
No.
I know you got to do that.
In fact, Algiers
Oh, faded.
and Tokyo,
Okay. All right, we're off to a rousing start.
which
Okay.
means Milan is coming up soon.
Let's see. Can I get in and the fuck out of there?
Yes.
1, 2, smack a bitch. 3, 4.
Yep.
Would it not be a good idea to drop a roadblock right there just to stop Istanbul from getting faded? Because we know Milan's going to pop and there's nothing we can do about it, really. Well, he might be able to do something.
That's the other thing you could do. You could go 1, 2 roadblocks and get out.
I could.
I'm totally not against that.
Remember, if it outbreaks and it's roadblocked, it doesn't get the thing. It
Right.
just starts collapsing.
Right.
It goes straight to collapsing?
No, it starts
And it
collapsing.
starts
1,
collapsing.
2,
It'll start-
3,
It'll start
4.
going through the panic. So you're thinking 1, 2 roadblock
and get out.
and get out.
I think
That's what I was going to do originally.
getting rid of the dudes is better, but at this point,
I mean, there's nothing that stops me from going back across the roadblocks.
the other side of the coin is you could go 1, 2, quarantine, and leave. I mean, there's a world of things you could do.
Yeah.
You could kill a guy and quarantine. 1, 2. No, you
No, it
couldn't
would take
because
me
you wouldn't
4.
get out.
I wouldn't get out.
I think roadblock's the best way to go just for now because it's going to stop. It's going to
Well,
stop Algiers, which is going to come.
You always have a get out of jail free card if your cards let you fly to that town. For example, you have Johannesburg, you could fly to Johannesburg. Worst case scenario, if you get stuck somewhere. Now's not, I don't think we have to worry about that.
No. All right. But if I roadblock off Milan, that's going to take another 3 roadblocks.
So?
Well, no, I'm just
Yeah,
thinking.
I'm sorry.
Let's just.
It's
You only really need to block off 2, whatever Milan's touching. So I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Algiers already came back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think just roadblocking just Milan to Istanbul is fine
London has come back
because
up.
it's spreading over
London
here.
has or
No,
has
no,
not?
London has. So, the thing is if I roadblock off the entire city and it outbreaks, it doesn't move the
Yeah.
outbreak tracker.
Okay.
Which is the way we lose the game.
Yeah. So let's do that. 1, 2, roadblock the whole city.
For 3.
That's 3.
Get the hell
4, get back to Istanbul.
So now you're safe. We have that controlled and contained.
Right.
We can't fuck with
Well,
them.
we have it contained.
we ain't controlling shit. Milan doesn't matter. And Mexico City.
All right. So, your 2 infections are Hong Kong
Hong Kong.
Honky Kong.
and Osaka.
That damn red cube.
Okay.
Thank you.
So it's back to my turn.
Yep.
Now remember, you and I are rivals.
Yep.
So you may want to throw away some cards for flying down the road.
Yeah, just so you can get them.
Yeah. I mean, at the moment, that's not our problem.
No.
Okay. So
You have.
I have 2 black cards and a red card. And very little. I can go over there and clean Bogota.
Trading cards.
But you
Well,
can also
you can
also
take-
snatch his 2 and cure black right now.
Can I take your cards?
Yes, you can because I'm the researcher.
The
And we're
researcher
related.
can pass any, and I guess the share knowledge would work that way. You need to pay attention for what we're about to do.
Okay.
So, step 1 and 2, I take his 2 cards. What is special about black?
You can cure it anywhere.
And
You no longer need to
spend an action.
Yep. So
So,
So
for,
you're cheap
for a
pretty much.
free
So-
for a
so-
free action,
1 took 1 card. 2 took the second card.
for the free action, I cure black. You need to discard 2 cards and take that out of the trash.
Yep. Milan and Johannesburg.
It don't matter.
either
Yeah, but 2 of these get me into South America, which might become crucial later. So
Yeah,
sure.
but so do green buildings.
Yeah, that's true too.
Okay.
Which
All
I
right.
can build.
So that's
Your 2 actions.
2
left.
actions. I have
So
2
that's
actions
two
left.
left.
Yeah.
Now, you guys realize that if you get rid of these 4, 5 cubes, 6 cubes, it's sunset.
Yep.
And that is...
1 objective down.
Well, wait, it cures, right? I'm already in that city, so didn't I?
No, you're not. You're not the
No,
medic.
I'm not.
But
You're
what
not
it
the
means
Jesus.
is for
Jesus.
1 action, you can remove all 3.
Yeah. You become the medic
Okay.
once it's.
So for my 3rd action, I go to Bogota. And for my 4th action, I remove a yellow cube from Bogota.
Okay.
I draw my 2 cards, which are Ho Chi Minh City and
And
San Francisco, which gets a dude.
A dude.
My 2 diseases are Bogota. Go ahead and give me a fresh one, baby. And Milan, who would outbreak.
Now it will not outbreak because it's roadblocked off completely.
Milan,
it will not.
Moscow.
Oh, Milan.
Milan.
Milan's here, so it will gain the panic token, but
Right.
that's it.
Right.
And
So-
it is unstable
Yep.
at this point.
Hey, that's a minor victory.
No, that's fine. I don't give a shit if it's unstable as long as it's. I just don't want to see the faded go any further.
Just so you know, my pal, the researcher, just so you know,
Yeah.
if you
I
are
got
in
you.
Shanghai, for an action you may take my Shanghai card. If you are in Ho Chi Minh City, which is here, for an action you may take my research card.
And then,
Just FYI.
Or as an action, he can just give you Hong Kong.
Yes, as an action he can just give me Hong Kong.
that would be. I think that might be more.
Yeah, that would be.
Because you only need 4.
True.
He needs 5.
True.
And we can cure red anywhere. I think.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. So, folks, before we get to Will's turn, we're going to take a brief break. We'll be right back.
Okay, so I just finished infecting people, so that makes it Will's turn.
What's up,
What
William?
terms is that?
Sir?
That's one.
How many
two,
actions? Yeah.
3, 4. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I use my Hong Kong card to fly out of Hong Kong, and since I'm the pilot, I get to keep the card instead of discarding it.
Right?
I'll go directly to
Osaka.
My next action will be to cure one,
So that's
and
2.
then I will move directly to Tokyo,
That's 3.
where I will still pass go and collect a red cube.
That's 4.
We have
As he
made
mixes his fucking metaphors.
we have made a very bad error,
What did we do?
I think.
What's wrong?
He could never fly in or out of Hong Kong.
When did he? Yeah, you can't
Oh,
because
that's
it's
right. I
rioting.
do that.
You can't. You can't direct fly out of it.
But did
And
he
you can't direct fly
into it?
into it either. So we messed that up on the first turn. It has nothing to do with your pilot. It has to do with
It's actually the panic level.
the
is set.
rioting.
So we
We're
fought
not
the
gonna.
whole game.
Yeah,
up.
no, we
Sure,
didn't.
sure.
We're gonna. We're not gonna rewind it. So,
Mark that as a
well, I can
mulligan.
do. Well, I can do. I can.
Yeah, you can still 1, 2, 3.
Well, no, I can move to Shanghai
1,
and then move
Two.
to Tokyo and then cure.
3, 4.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we messed that
Because I
up.
won't be able to go to Osaka and cure anything.
We will never make that mistake again. Let's hope.
Hopefully.
Go ahead and draw your cards.
it's the first time we've actually had to deal with that overly much. All right, so you're
And
2.
Dave, why did you have to say something?
Because
Moonlight
mathematics
and epidemic.
because mathematics don't lie.
All right. So our epidemic city will be Montreal, Canada.
That son of a bitch.
Now,
So there's 3 faded in Quebec,
Bogota and Lagos are in here.
right?
You have the capability, should you choose to get rid of some of those yellow cubes. I don't think it would be a big deal. But if you want to do it, now's the time to do it before we go to the infect cities.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'd wait till we have a cure for yellow and then use yellow just to use the card just to.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's our second epidemic. Osaka gets 1.
Okay.
That son of a bitch.
London explodes.
Outbreak. New York,
Essen,
Essen,
Madrid,
and Paris.
and Paris. And it gets a new sticker.
Damn it, I just put 1 there.
It likes them.
Yep. So London is now rioting.
Dude, this sucks.
Isn't London always riding? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Well, Manchester United must have just played a game. That's my guess.
Well, it is that time of year.
So,
Going after the fields, aren't we, Will?
Why not?
All right.
I actually like the British. We won't get into that.
They
All right.
cool accents.
You're up.
Alright, so I'm at a military base, so I can burn a card to fly
Anywhere.
To any
And
city.
you don't care about riots. That's
That's
part of
correct.
your ability.
I'm going to burn London to fly from Moscow to Tokyo.
That's 1.
1. For my next action, I'm going to share knowledge with William.
That's 2.
And then for the third action, I'm going to build a military base.
That's 3.
And he suggested
You
building.
could, but you don't have to.
Part of me wants to get
An extra research center on the board in case we want it at the end of the game.
that. I don't think that's a bad idea. The other option was I was just going to move away, like either start going this way. or
Okay,
going this
has Osaka came up, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not. It's
No,
probably
I
not
just-
going to explode.
No, I just wanted to know if it came up.
Right.
I think I'm going to go ahead and do the research center just because it's not going to hurt to have the building in case we want it at the end of it.
Right.
Now, make sure that ability is not a once per turn ability.
Yeah.
I think it's as an
As an
action.
action.
As an action, build a structure in the city you're in.
Here are your 2 cards, sir.
Alrighty then. Jakarta, which is red.
No.
Essen, which is blue.
That one happens.
Yeah.
He
That's
gets,
some.
Essen gets a dude.
A dude.
His disease cities are Lagos
Lagos. We need to start taking care of that.
and Montreal.
Which
Explodes.
Fuck.
So, which is going to chain reaction
Yeah.
in New York here in a second.
Well, it's
so,
going to go to Washington and Chicago.
1, 2. No, not Atlanta. There's no line
Yeah.
there. 3 would hit New York. So
New York explodes.
And
New
then
York will
London
explode, and then
explodes.
London explodes, and then.
Well,
Essen-
hold on. One at a time.
Yeah, we're going to wind up losing here.
That's
so
game, right?
Maybe. We'll see.
No, dude, that's game.
it is,
That is actually game.
but we'll do it step by step.
Okay.
So, all right, then New York explodes. New York
We have the option of
feeds into Washington, feeds into Madrid, feeds into London, which will then explode. So that puts New York at 3.
Hey, Justin, why don't you grab one of those green circles and put it on Washington? And since London just exploded, it's at 7.
Yep, and
It
it's going to
makes
hit.
Essen
We
explode.
just went to 6. I already moved it.
Yeah, so which is going to make Essen explode
Which puts
and
us at
Madrid
7, which
explode.
puts it-
Montreal, New York, London,
Madrid,
Essen. and Madrid.
Yep.
We've lost either way.
Yeah, we
Yep.
lost it.
And then Madrid and Essen. So, folks, that game ended fast as hell. So,
which
Holy
one do we want
shit.
to be the last turn one to explode?
it doesn't matter. They both
They explode in an order,
Right,
and one
this
of them
one-
will be the last one.
this one explodes, then Madrid explodes because
Which
it won't cause
means-
anything else to.
But that's gonna cascade out, right, or no?
One of these cities explodes
Okay.
because of London, correct?
They will both wind up exploding
Right.
because of London.
But one of them will be the last one of the game. So
Right.
only one gets the sticker. Only one's effect will affect the board.
No. Here's what I'm saying. So, London will cause this one to explode, which is number 7.
Yes.
And then it will cause this one to explode, which is number 8, and we lose.
I thought this was number 7.
6, 7, 8.
And also, let me ask.
I'm
this.
not sure you guys.
Will that spread out that way?
Yes.
I'm not sure you guys have the right numbers. I think you've over counted.
We were at 4.
You were at 4.
We were
Okay.
at 4.
Montreal is 5. New York is 6. London is 7.
So it will make Essen.
Essen is 8.
And
End of the
that
game
stops.
saves us some trouble
Okay. Okay.
Because you don't want Madrid exploding.
True. All right. So GG, folks.
Yeah.
That one was short. We'll come back for our second game in May here in just a few minutes, or for you guys in just a couple of weeks. So until next time, I'm Mike. That's Dave. That's Justin. Will's probably burning one out front, and we'll see you next time on RQR. You son of a gun.